siphoning strike. Right now, I believe he has about, we'll see.
18.
Minions. Yep,
18.
So very nice plus damage there. Special and Kayak still playing a very aggressive lane. And looks like Reginald is pushing Salsi back to his tower as well, making it a little bit harder for him to last hit.
It was incredibly hard for Xerath to last hit at a turret early on in the game. It gets really easy around level 9 when you can Q spam the ranged minions out. But yeah, Reginald is hardcore pushing. You can see the last hits. 22 versus 20 actually. Salsi just kind of tanking the minions, saying, look, it's going to suck a little bit, but I have potions. I'll just, chug through these, tank the minions, keep it from going to my turret because I need gold. If I check a potion for 2 minion kills, it's worth the gold to do so.
Dyrus is like, hey, what's up? I'm hitting your turret. You're not doing anything to me. So he's pretty much got good control here until Nasus can get that Q up and really make Dyrus think twice with just one of those. Until then, Dyrus has pretty much full control of that lane, so he's going to be looking for help from the jungler. We did see a ward being placed into that top left bush that was just pinged out. And it did look like Dan Din just about a minute ago was going to go up top and try and focus an attack on that lane. If we're going to see a gank top, you're probably going to see Special getting hit. Chaos just too easily able to escape out of that fight. So we'll see if that first blood comes from Special in the beginning.
Yep, Dyrus not able to really push down the Rain Man anymore. He's still at 4 health potions and not losing any more health. Spirit Fire goes out, which I find kind of interesting. I'm not sure why he would push the lane like that. But I trust him, of course. Dyrus still pushing through with the Rain Man with great lifesteal, not really getting shoved around.
The thing that Rain Man has in his advantage now is that he has kind of hit those pots and has stayed back a little bit. So he's gained his health, and now Dyrus is out of mana. So there's a little bit of lane control coming back into the favor of Rain Man. But like you said, Dyrus can do that damage, and he's very sustaining. So he can just continue to auto-attack and hit up the Rain Man. We'll have to see. And like you said, there it is. Spirit Fire again, pushing the lane quite hard. Looks like he wants to go back, actually.
Yeah, it's probably pretty, he has Summoner Teleport, of course. He has, let's see his gold right quick. 900 gold, it's enough for Madrid's or boots, and I think he'll get the longsword out of it too if he wants. But yeah, we'll see what his actual goal is going to be. Some nice gold income for the range carries here, but good pushing from Tristana has actually forced Westeros to miss at least 2 of those minions there. See 29 on York, 40 though on that Karthus, highest in the game. So Xerath is tying that up rather quickly. But 23 to 38. Kayak significantly outplaying Westeros in terms of last hits.
Yeah, doing a very nice job. Let's see what he has skilled. And he actually did skill up Explosive Shot, what makes it a little bit more difficult to farm with Tristana. Because you, no, I'm sorry. Yes, actually she did take it. Yeah, so when you hit an enemy or a minion, as their health gets lower, you have more of a chance to do a critical shot. Explosive damage when you take that out, so to speak. So you can see that the minion's getting pushed a little bit faster than usual when he's hitting down those minions that have low health. But there, bam, 3 in a row. And that's actually what makes her such a good farmer late game. She can just continuously clear minion waves, and it takes such an advantage on the champions as well when they get low health.
Absolutely true. The Rayman still pushing through, farming quite well, has that Philosopher's Stone. That was actually the pickup there, was the fast Philo Stone. Makes a lot of sense, and you can see plus 63 on that Siphoning Strike, 21 minions just from that ability itself, the other 23 from regular attacks. Skarner has been pinged out. He's level 5.5. I don't think he'll quite hit 6 from this, but he's going to gain some experience. And almost 6.
Rain Man withered out one of the ghouls from Dyrus as it started coming to him. He's like, I'm not going to take damage. I'll just wither this. Looks like Janna going back. What kind of gold does she have with that fairy? She only needs about 600, and she does have that. Should see a Philo Stone pop in there. No, she went for boots and wards. Yeah, that would have been better. That Philo Stone would have cleared her out. Yeah, would not have been able to buy those wards. So very smart buy there.
Golem attempt here. Oddman getting forced away, but Xerath is nearby. And actually, they're doing some really good slow here. And the Rain Man and Dyrus are around. Oddman about to fall, actually. There's the flash. He's trying to get away, but no. Dan picking up first blood. Salsi getting forced out now. Uh-oh, Karthus fighting the dragon alone. Has to run away. Flash out from that as well. And Epik, though they were losing in minions, first blood's going to give them a nice advantage here. And now they're able to go for a fast dragon.
Yep. The first blood is good. I mean, that was also, you know, the most advantageous way it could have happened for the TSM to have the jungler get that, especially as Skarner. He's only going to get more tanky. He can create a lot of problems, but, you know, that could have gone to a Dyrus as well, and that's not something you want to have.
Yep, Dan doing a great job here. Good damage up. There is the dragon pickup. Took a long time, but Sullivan knew they could not just push against that. However, this top turret, oh my gosh, the damage output is massive from Trist, and that's going to be a kill. Karthus ult as well. Won't matter, going to get it up without Karthus' help. A great aggression there from Chaos, just destroying Vayne, and now again, they can push down on that turret. They've equalized the champion kills. That turret's probably going to be pretty soon. Janna can try to defend it, but not too easily. Only level 5.5. No heals. Shield is a little bit nice.
Yeah, that was really a great job by Chaos. His fingers were flying during that. That was a W, E midair, R midair, and ignite before he hit the ground. And just that Vayne was no chance on that. One of my favorite things to do with Tristana is just fire everything off when you're still using your rocket jump and you hit the ground and you do even more damage. So great job there. Well pushed under the tower. Looks like Nyat is back in lane. Let's see what he has. He hasn't picked himself too much up. He was just getting back as Westrice went down in that situation. Looks like they're going to go ahead and donate this blue buff over to Salsi on Xerath. There it is. He's going to head back into lane. And Reginald also has his blue, so very nice job. The odd one distributing that around. It looks like he's going to go ahead and take that red buff to himself. No reason he should not. It'd be very good to have that pillar up and then just continuously slow. CV out lets them know that Nyat has just placed a ward down by Baron, so they know they also need to place one. You can see Sona especially going to do that right now. Bam. So vision up top for both teams. They can play pretty much as aggressive as they want right now while being safe.
And a fast BF sword on KX is massive. That's such a huge advantage there. You see Westrice has Zerk Greaves, 2 Dorn's Blades, but Chaos is in amazing shape here. That's going to be a lot of damage for him. The shield is good from Janna. That'll help, keep that one going.
Right.
But
how much do you think that purchase, not so much maybe their aggressiveness, but the fact of having a healer to a support utility in lane?
Yeah, exactly. It's he's outlaning partially because of the Sona. It's absolutely going to be an impact there.
Right.
And he doesn't need the extra healing because, Vayne can only heal from lifesteal, so it's kind of whatever. So he knows he can out-sustain the Vayne even without getting, like, a Wriggles or a couple extra Dorn's Blades. So he's like, I can still win trades with you, so I'm just going to go BF Sword and just, like, win Burst Wars with you as well.
Makes sense. Yeah, Epic doing a very good job here. Looks like everybody in their item list still has some of the pots that they went to lane with, so they still have a little bit sustained in lane if they want. At this point, it's not doing as much. Those only do about 200 HP per heal over that 20 seconds time, so they're not going to be mattering too much as the lanes or as the levels start to get higher and higher. It is 1-1 right now. 11 minutes into the game here. 13K to about 13K, only 500 gold difference between these two teams overall. Playing very good lanes. Nobody really has too much damage on either tower. Actually, that top tower for Epic has taken a good amount of damage from Chaos.
Yep, absolutely the case. When they killed out Vayne, they pushed down onto it pretty hard. Got it down to half health. And that does matter quite a bit. Reginald, though, with blue buff, is able to keep staying in this mid. He's not getting pushed around. Though Salsi Q spamming does kill these minions pretty quickly. With both having blue, it's not really a big deal. They can both keep their turrets from taking any damage at all.
Looks like Reginald going for that Rod of Ages. He's going to get that Philo Stone first. That's going to help him stay in lane, or Catalyst rather, stay in lane.
Yep.
Every time he levels up, that's going to give him a little bit of mana and HP back, and that's very helpful. At this point, the minions are raising in XP as well, so you're going to start leveling a little faster.
Absolutely true. And you see KX special pushing up to this turret. Some good damage output.
Nice warding. Shows that Dan Din is in the bush. You can see Reginald playing very carefully. He's like, no, bro. Seriously. Not happening.
Yeah, for real.
Defile comes out from Karthus. That's going to wipe out that minion wave. Anything standing in that circle will be able to take down the minions. It looks like Westrice is by himself as Nyat has backed once again. Getting that Philo Stone finally. A little, not too late, I would say, but it's definitely going to help him out now. About that last few minutes that he would have wanted to grab it. And it looks like they're going to be switching things up here.
Westrice going to get bursted down again. I guess York's going to show up now. York's going to be fine. He doesn't have a ton of armor, but he has enough at this point. He's got the cloth armor, and with runes and masteries, he's up to 97. But looking at it face value at the item tree, you'd be like, wow, 97, really? Well, that's what runes will do for you. So when you consider the enemy team, solo top is Nasus, when the jungler is Trundle, and when the solo top is a, it's like you have 3 giant AD champions and your mage is Karthus. It's like, all right, yeah, it's a lot of physical.
It looks like everybody, or it looks like Odd One was coming up top to fight, but everybody was ready to back. They were going to creep up through the bushes, but they decided not to. Looks like he goes back to the Wolves, and we are going to have that special. Goes back, gets himself a Vision Ward. Chaos Actually, it looks like he's going for an Infinity Edge.
Interesting.
We've seen a lot of Bloodthirsters this tournament. This would be the first Infinity Edge.
And I actually like that idea a lot. I think Infinity Edge is a superior DPS item.
Yep.
Again, it's because he's super safe, and he has that Sona on his team. It makes a lot of sense there. He'll get sustained for free, so go for the damage output. And will not jump onto the odd one. Xerath still farming in mid against his Karthus. He's now actually able to almost one-shot full minion waves, or at least the range part of it. Got the unusually large rod, is getting nice and beefy there. The damage output growing rather rapidly.
These games have changed so much just from how they played in the beginning of first game to this game. As we said, the other game, they weren't really they were placing wards, but they weren't really fighting in the jungle or placing that many. All the fights happened in the lane up to about 30 minutes. Yep. Now this game, there's already invasion. There's wards all over the place, doing a very good job. They're pinging and letting each other know, and that's one of the biggest things in this game as well we don't talk about much, is these guys are always communicating. Those pings are second nature in this game. When you hear it, your eyes instantly direct to the mini-map. It's always about map awareness, and that's very big in the game. You really turn a fight in your favor by knowing and having a more vision or awareness during a fight than the other team. Yep. Simply that much. Yeah,
York and Nasus both have teleport up, so if a fight does start by Dragon, both teams can get all 5 there. See, Xerath has already come over to take blue, but is right by that Dragon. Karthus still in mid, pushing around, has Rod of Ages stacking up, which is great, but can jump right over to Dragon as well very, very easily. Trundle still milling about. Blue looks like it'll go to Xerath without too much difficulty. And they're moving towards it. They're not quite going to go for it yet.
Not yet. Special is down bottom now, and he does still have that vision ward. They want to get that CV out. I believe his CV actually just came up, and we're going to see him possibly moving up towards that. No, they're going to have Trundle walk the bottom. Does he have enough time to get in? Oh, the ward. I think they know that the ward is there. And there's a Dandin in the bush. Wow, everybody's just kind of creeping up on this. There is going to be a fight. This is one of those situations where you're like, dude, we got a 3v2. Nobody else is here, and then 4 people pop out of the bush. This is what might happen for TSM in this fight.
It's absolutely possible.
And it looks like everybody's just playing the cautious role here. Going to go ahead and back up.
For sure. Okay, Trundle's going to move in. The pillar goes on down, but they won't quite land it. I don't know if they could have done too much to Dan there. Right. Could have landed a Q, pushed him around, things like that. But you never know. Maybe it was going to blow a cooldown, scare him out a little bit.
Indeed.
Still, players are happy to farm right now.
See how these mid lanes are doing. Karthus 145, actually 148, and 2 other 145. So everybody on TSM is farming very well, keeping it up. 113, 151, and 121. So an average of those 2 people having 20 to 30 CS more on Epic's side right now is giving them that little bit of gold lead, 19,000 to 2002.
Yeah, and I'm surprised though because Epic is still up in gold though, and it's the one Dragon, and that's pretty much the only reason. It's 400 gold, and it's just from the Dragon, because otherwise, it's a 30 to 40 minion kill advantage, which is a pretty big deal.
See if they can go towards Dragon here. There are a lot of wards. Oh, the Oracle, the early Oracle, but the ward is placed inside the Dragon's Den, so they will not be able to grab that one out. They still have vision on Dragon. It may be able to be pulled out when they go to do it, but as of right now, that ward is ticking down with about 45 seconds left, so we could see a Dragon in that amount of time. Nasus is top by himself, could easily teleport down, doesn't really have that much mana to start a fight with his team though. Nice job by Salsi, being very aggressive onto Reginald, forcing him to walk up and back and forth and not towards turret. And finally, here we go, Skarner for a second chance down bottom, Freak.
Yep, although it's been warded again, Dancer's going to go right in there for it. They know from the movements of TSM that must be warded, which means they're going to say, hey, Jana, come get this ward.
Yep.
Nice play there, and they're going, because of that ward control, they're up for the Dragon. Now, it has been warded, so TSM knows.
Jana did not get close enough yet. She is outside. Another ward has been placed down. That Dragon's out. Odd One is there with Smite, and they have absolutely broken up the forces of Epic. A great crescendo, Special getting followed on, but Westrice is chasing too much. May need to help her team. Westrice could be going down in that fight as the Dragon fight continues to go down. Karthus ulti coming out, and it was a teleport in from the Rain Man after he got to base. That ward was placed by the Odd One so Rain Man could get in there. Very good play. They still had one in the back, but he was like, oh, wow. Wow. Amazing fighting so far. 3-2. in favor of TSM on that fight.
Yeah, excellent play, and they stopped the dragon attempt as well. The corpse of Dyrus managed to pick up that kill. Great job there.